Hello everybody, this is Zak Attack here, and I'm going to be playing Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't really want to go back and do another game that I've already done with somebody else, because I want to play it with them. But the main reason that I'm going to be playing this here today is because I don't know if any of you had watched E3, you've probably heard all the games by now if you're watching this. And I heard about the Master Chief Collection, so here's what we're doing. We are going to go through start to finish on the classic look. I'm not going to do Legendary, only because I'd like to be able to try to like play it and not be insane about it, and plus that's reserved for my friend Fritz and I. We are going to try to push through on Legendary. There's going to be another one soon, so don't worry. It's just right now I want to do this because I just want y'all to understand this is like the game that started it all. Once we get through, when we get to cutscenes and stuff like that, I'll shut up and we can watch those. I'm gonna let them all run through. We're gonna get through a level at least every single episode for the first Halo, and then I'm gonna move to the second Halo and the third, and so on and so forth. I would like to try to hit the other games as well. My goal is to complete the Master Chief Collection games, so you'll understand like what's the whole idea if you're in anticipation of it, or if you just want to, you know, get a little bit of a reliving the memories. But I also would like to hit Halo Reach, Halo Wars, Halo 3 ODST, and maybe Spartan Assault if I'm good at it again. So we're going to be playing the first Halo, and we're going to get through the entire first level, and I hope y'all enjoy it. And I'm going to shut up here because here comes a thing. Well, no, almost the loading screen. But I want y'all to know now, the main reason I'm doing this today is because this is the game that started it all. This is the game that I actually have the company that made Red vs. Oh, I'll shut up. Oh my God, it's Majesty. I can't even tell you. That music though.
Cortana, all I need to know is, did we lose them?
I think we both know the answer to that.
No. Can I get the... I can't do old graphics. We'll switch back. Don't worry.
How did
Get
they?
here first. The Covenant ships have always been faster. As
For
for
now.
tracking us all the way from Reach, at light speed my maneuvering options were limited.
We were running dark, yes?
Until we decelerated, no one could have missed the hole we tore in subspace.
Woo! That
They
guy's
were
ugly.
waiting for us on the far side of the planet.
So, where do we stand?
Our fighters are mopping up the last of their recon picket now, nothing serious. But I've isolated approach signatures for multiple CCS-class battle groups. Make it 3 capital ships per group. And in about 90 seconds, they'll be all over us.
Well,
No!
that's it then. Bring the ship back up to Combat Alert Alpha. I want everyone at this.
Everybody panic.
Everyone, sir?
Everyone.
Everyone.
And Cortana,
Hmm?
let's give our old friends a warm welcome.
I've already begun.
This is an amazing game. This is an amazing game. And this was unheard of back in 2000. And the sheer idea that we're 14 years in with a second, with the collection moving to a new generation. It's beautiful. No one would have thought 14 years later we'd be standing here.
Move like you got a purpose.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
That's right, that came out 4 years ago.
It is our job to finish what the flyboys started. We are leaving this ship platoon and engaging the Covenant on solid ground. When we meet the enemy, we will rip their skulls from their spines
Mortal Kombat.
and toss them away laughing.
It's Mortal Kombat.
Am I right, Marine?
Maybe.
Sir, yes, sir. Damn right I am. Now move it out. Double time.
Attention all personnel. We are re-engaging the enemy. External and internal contact imminent.
All you greenhorns who wanted to see Covenant up close, this is gonna be your lucky day.
One thing that they never did is that they never, I mean, many people know this,
Sir?
that
Right. Let's thaw him out.
Johnson's lines
Bringing
from
low-level
then
systems online.
changed
Cracking
with
the
every
case in 30
difficulty.
seconds.
So the Rip the Mad Look Skull thing, the Mortal Kombat based one, is on normal difficulty, where if you play it on Legendary, you hear him talk about, this is, I don't care if it's a God's own ring of death or a giant hula hoop. We're not gonna let him have it. Alright, now I'm gonna switch to old. We're gonna stay with the old graphics. We're not gonna switch back.
Sorry for the quick thaw, Master Chief. Things are a little hectic right now.
Yes,
But
sure.
disorientation should pass quickly.
Welcome back, sir. We'll have you battle ready status.
Chief, please look around the room. I need to get a calibration reading for your battlesuit's
Can we skip
diagnostics.
this? Nope. I was trying to see if I could skip it so that way we don't have to run through all this nonsense.
Online, sir.
Complete diagnostic training. We gotta run through this nonsense. Well, this is actually one of the more core parts that was essential to Halo as a series. And every single Halo series, they've always done that whole calibration thing. You know, look up, look down, look left, look right.
I gave you a double dose of the wake-up stim. Take a quick walk around the cryo bay and join me at the
Obviously, this was like this was the prime for that time period. I mean, it still looks beautiful today, in my opinion. I mean, a couple things are like, you know, wow, his head looks like a I don't even know. But
targeting sensors, but we're short of time, Chief. Just look at each of the flashing
this is
panels
what
to target them.
this is why I love this game, because
Okay, that looks good.
getting you here, saying, hey, listen, look at this thing, look at that thing, introducing you to all this, and then the new Halo 4, they had another one where, like, if you wanted to get out, you had to, like, you had to pull these locks or whatever. No, that was ODST. My apologies. Halo 4, they did it another way. I don't like it up down. I like it this way. There we go. Leave it like it is.
Okay, I'll leave the picture normal. But if you want, you can change it yourself later.
And they tell you in this lovely little thing here,
Energy shield test.
wee, you can edit your pitching version, blah 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 blah. But no, this is the game that if it wasn't for the company Rooster Teeth doing Red vs. Blue, I never would have heard of it at first. I was in a Kmart, and I was walking around. I don't know, remember how old I was. I think I was like
Sir, I need you to look at me so we can begin.
6.
Okay, bring his
Well,
energy
the time that
shields
first
online.
no, I was 7 when I first saw Halo. I know it came out 14 years ago, but I was younger, so I mean I'm not gonna allow to have it right away. So I saw it, and I saw these two people, one red, one blue, talking on a screen, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was like, wow, that's pretty cool. How do they do that? And what is that? Is that a video game? Because I'd heard of them. I mean, I've seen them here and there, but I wasn't really that obsessed with them then. But I saw Halo, and about... Oh, wait, I might be behind here.
Captain, we'll have to skip
No,
the
2005.
weapons tonight. Aye, aye, sir.
I forget the dates. But anyway, I was relatively young. And the point is that I saw that, and I was like, oh, no, you know, I want that, but... Let me see if I can kind of, like... It's kind of bad. There we go. That's a little better. No, wait, hold on a minute. Okay, but anyway, so I was a little younger. I saw this game, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. You know, I enjoy this. And then I saw Halo 2 come out. And unfortunately, I wasn't one of the lucky ones to play it right away. I didn't get to play Halo the first time. It wasn't exactly super like, oh, I've been there since the beginning. I would like to have said I have. And I kind of have, but I haven't. Not since the very beginning. But anyway, so I didn't get that, but I got Halo 2 because my mom gave me a Christmas present one day, and I said, "Mom, what is this?" And she just goes, "Go ahead, open it." And I opened it, and inside was Halo 1, Halo 2, and an original Xbox. Holy crap. And I started playing it. I loved it. I had so much fun. It was the game that just turned my world inside out, and that's where I started gaming. That's where I began this entire life. I'll let him talk real quick. Master Chief! Oh my God, you're Master Chief. You've got the keys.
Well, Cortana did her best, but we never really had a chance.
A dozen Covenant superior battleships against a single Halcyon-class cruiser. With those odds, I'm content with 3, make that 4 kills. Sleep well?
Good job, Cortana.
No thanks to your driving.
Ooh, sarcasm.
Then you did miss me.
Now, I'm going to let the cinematics run, but I'm going to give a little backstory, I figured, to the Halo universe for those that don't know. If you do know, then this is a refresher course.
All right, then. I'm initiating Cold Protocol Article 2. We're abandoning
Cold Protocol.
That means you too, Cortana.
While you do what? Go down with the ship?
In a manner of speaking.
The object we found, I'm going to try and land the Autumn on it.
With all due respect, sir, this war has enough dead heroes.
I appreciate your concern, Cortana, but it's not up to me. Protocol is clear. Destruction or capture of a shipboard AI is absolutely unacceptable, and that means you're leaving ship. Lock in a selection of emergency landing zones, upload them to my neural lace, and then sort yourself for a heart transfer.
Aye, aye, sir.
Which is...
Yeah.
Get Cortana off this ship. Keep her safe from the enemy. If they capture her, they'll learn everything. Force deployment, weapons research, Earth.
I understand.
The Autumn will continue.
You know, back then, Chief used to be such a quiet man.
Not that you'll listen, but I
Understood.
suggest letting my subroutine
Captain
take the
Keys.
final approach.
No thanks to your
Excellent work.
driving, yes.
Thank you. Are you ready?
He ducked more in Halo 4 than he did in the whole series together.
Yank me.
Good luck, Master Chief.
That key, that thing right there that you're holding, will be with you for a very
Your
long
architecture isn't
time.
much different from the Autumn's.
Don't get any funny ideas.
Ooh.
I don't keep it loaded, son. You'll have to find ammo as you go.
He just called Master Chief's son. I'm sorry. Okay, so not that many people know things like this, but did you know that this is going to be a refresher course if you've never played Halo before, or if you've never read any of the books, that's fine as well. Don't feel bad. You don't have to read the books, but I'm going to give you the lowdown on what's going on here. Master Chief, aka Spartan 117. He is a just best of the best. He's as best as you could possibly be. He was, as a child, he was abducted, and he was basically raised from, I think it was like, I don't know, I think it was 7 years old, where they made him a Spartan. Ever since 7, all they did was just train him militarily. They gave him genetic augmentations. They amped him up. They made him basically the best humanity could have. And, well, the whole idea of, hey, you know, I'm sorry, he's young. You know, he's like 7, and then, you know, a couple years later, I think, I don't remember what year it was exactly, whatever. Anyway, so the point of the thing is that he's basically a kid, in essence. He's been working on this for a very long time. He's had a long run. He's tired. But, so that was the whole goal. They amped him up, and then, but originally they weren't for elites, which I don't know if they're going to cover this that much in Halo Guardians, because there's things in here that I wonder, are they going to do this in Guardians after reading the books, because Master Chief was, you know, on the Fall of Reach, there was a bunch of Spartans. He wasn't the only Spartan. There's more. They just never really talk about them. If you've watched any of the videos or any of the movies or whatever, you know that there's more. There's like Kelly, there's, who's still alive. There's Linda, who's like the most amazing sniper on Earth. Kelly could run as fast as a car, 60 km/h. And then there was, I'm trying to think everybody who's still alive. There wasn't that many Spartans that were still alive. There's Naomi, who is in the Thursday War series. The first one being, oh, I can't remember the name of the book. Don't tell me I got this. Don't tell me I got it. Yeah, there's the Thursday War series. She was in it, so she's still there. Linda, you know, all those people. They're still running them through. Now, Master Chief is the reason why they talk about him the most is because Halsey, who's the creator of the Spartan program, said that out of all of her Spartans, he was the luckiest. She's not gonna say the best of them all, even though he totally is. He was the luckiest. How lucky do you get to survive a crash on a foreign ring world? Sorry, discover a foreign ring world, be a Spartan on a foreign ring world fighting the Covenant, and then come up, kick their sorry ass, and then do all this stuff that we're about to do. You don't get to just do that. That doesn't happen. That's luck. That's beautiful luck. So he is the luckiest out of all the Spartans, being able to do just about anything out there. And then he's got Cortana. As you heard, his original mission was to keep her from the Covenant. That was it. He wasn't really supposed to do anything else. Obviously, he did a lot more than that, because that's what Spartans do. They go above and beyond the call of duty. They were designed to originally take out insurrectionists, which insurrectionists are, if you watch Halo Forward Unto Dawn, then you kind of understand what I'm talking about. Insurrectionists are basically rebels. They were people that did not agree with the UNSC and their way of thinking. They're like, no, fuck you, we don't like you in your face. And then, you know, the UNSC's like, no, don't do that. And so, if you've read Contact Harvest, which is where the Covenant first met humans at all, Johnson was there, and the insurrectionists basically blew a hole in his city. They didn't agree with him. So they basically created another 9/11. As sad as that sounds. And that was rebels. That's not one country. That was humanity separating itself into divisions. It was sad. And so the Spartans were created to combat that, because we were just it was basically throwing people at each other and wishing the best. It was Iraq all over again. No clear winner. So, well, obviously we ended up winning, but whatever. So, you know, things like that happen, and then we're just like, we need a better force. So they created Spartans, and they gave them these things called Mjolnir suits. Mjolnir, Mew Mew. This was basically the suit he's wearing now. Weighs about, I think they said it weighed about a ton, and no, 3 tons. So this is like the heaviest suit out there. It's barely able to just. I mean, in books they really describe how heavy it is. Like when he walks on these metal ground, some say that like you can hear the ground detest his weight. But they were amplified so that way that weight wouldn't kill them. That augmentation helped them to be just enough strong so that it wouldn't be like, oh god, I'm gonna die, you know, just from the sheer weight of it. So they were able to wear it with ease. And so that's where the whole thing came in. So then the Covenant showed up, caused us a whole new sling of problems, and the UNSC decided, you know what, we're not really doing so hot here. We're going to send these genetically augmented soldiers out there, and we're going to make them badasses. Obviously, with a Spartan number like 117, there was a shit ton. But the bad news is that most of them didn't survive because, you know, it's the Covenant. They, like, you've seen the games, you know how, like, they just annihilate Marines like they're confetti. Obviously, Spartans aren't going to hold too much better, except for the Master Chief. He's the best there is. So, you know, they created all those Spartans, and they never died. They always labeled them MIA. It's for the public to think, hey, everything's fine now. You know, nobody's dead. They're all just not here. Like, that was their whole idea. Let's just make that happen. They really go into it more in the books, as I said. So now we're on Halo, because if you played Halo Reach, Cortana was on Reach, Master Chief was on Reach, and they said, listen, y'all are doing this thing here. We need you not to be dead on this planet. You're great assets. We don't want to lose you. And Master Chief was against it because he's I stay and fight thing. You know, even though he didn't seem very happy, like he didn't seem too displeased with it. He wasn't happy either. So they took him off Reach. They put him on a thing on the view turn, a little thing at the end of the game. You could see him right there. He's like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, it is. So they put him there, and then Cortana was obviously put on the Pillar of Autumn, and then they were told, just get the hell out of here. And so the Covenant took Reach. Sad face. Then they came here, and they're on Halo, and now his mission was to investigate the ring that they found. Hello, Kisty Nocturne. Don't know who you are, but hello. I don't remember you. Probably should turn that. But anyway, so this was the whole gist of it. That hey, these alien guys need to die. They've got a ring of death. And we might want to stop them. There we go.
One last flight. Quickly, get aboard before it launches. The damage to the superstructure. Now would be a very good time to leave.
Punch it.
Punch it.
So this is gonna run through a little bit, so I'm gonna talk a little bit. But no. So obviously we have the basis storyline: Spartans, genetically augmented, insurrectionists. The reason why I'm talking about these things is because with Halo 5 Guardians coming out, they've kind of followed a little. With Halo 4 coming out, they followed the books relatively. Because in Thursday War, there was this guy, there's this elite named Jul Madama, and if you played the Spartan Ops, they mentioned the same guy. He was the Didact's hand. He was that weird guy with the white symbol on his shoulder. He was that guy. So they decided to put him in there, and that's why I'm wondering how much are they going to bring in, because in the books they announced the Spartan program was under wraps for years, and then they said, hey, listen, we took your kids a couple years ago, we turned them into badass soldiers, a couple of them died, a couple of them not so much.
Still had fingers, they'd be crossed.
There you go. I mean, that was the whole thing, literally. And that's why I'm wondering if they're going to do anything like that in Guardians, because in the whole time period that happened, Master Chief was still gone. He was still on that little trip thing until they found him on Requiem, and he just got back to Earth. So a lot of this is going to be very new to him. I mean, just think of this. If you've already played Halo 4, we're skipping a couple ahead here. In Halo 4, he meets Spartan 4s. He meets the biggest frickin' ship that you could possibly find. He finds out that all these things are happening, and he's like, whoa, crap. And I just wonder how are they going to like integrate that with Halo Guardians, because I don't want to see him just walk out there and like nothing's changed. I'm sorry, but he's got a lot of like
Chief, can you
pain
hear
to
me?
run through here. But hey, we had a good run today. That's it. We are going to stop it here for the first episode. I just wanted to brush up on basics and questions and ideas, only because I just wanted to see. I wanted y'all to know what this is going to be. This was the first refresher course, in case you've forgotten or something. I'm going to be running through these games. We're going to laugh a lot. We're going to do things. The next episode, I promise you, I won't talk so much boring history stuff. I'm going to talk a lot more interesting things next time. Today, I just wanted to kind of like, for those who don't know what the crap this is, I want people to feel the way I did about Halo. I want them to see that this is literally the greatest series out there. That everything that you see, that it just, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. This game is amazing. To me, this was the series that started my life. This is the series that brought me into gaming. And if it wasn't for this, I would not be playing a single video game right now, probably. I love Halo. And I have loved it ever since it came out, and I will always love it. Even if it takes a nasty direction, I will still love it, because it's Master Chief's story. It's the universe, everything. So I just wanted to cover up on all this, I hope y'all enjoyed today, and we'll see you next time.